Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In the previous video, we derived the formula to calculate residue of an analytic function at its poles. So what are those formulas? Right. So if z is equal to a is a simple pole of f of z, then f of z, then residue of f of z at z is equal to a is given by z minus a into f of z at z is equal to a. So this is the formula to calculate the residue of an analytic function at a simple pole. That is, simple pole means a pole of order 1. Whereas if z is equal to a is a pole of order h, then residue of f of z at z is equal to a is 1 by h minus 1 factorial into differentiation of z minus a whole to the power h into f of z h minus 1 times at z is equal to a. So this is the formula to calculate residue of an analytic function at a pole of order h. Right. So now, based on these two formulas, we shall solve some of the problems. So problem is to find the residue of the following analytic functions at their poles. So they will give some of the analytic functions. Now we have to find the residue of that function at its poles. Right? So the first problem is f of z is equal to e to the power iz by z square plus a square. So now we have to find the poles of this function, and later on we have to find the residue at its poles. So first of all, recall what is a pole. A point z is equal to a is a pole of a function f of z if limit f of z as z approaches a is infinity, right? So a point a is said to be pole if limit f of z as z approaches a is infinity. That is, as z approaches a, f of z approaches infinity. So those points are called the poles of f of z, right? So now any pole of an analytic function is an isolated singularity. Right? We have noted it because pole is a type of isolated singularity. Hence we can calculate the residue of an analytic function at its poles. So basically, residue of an analytic function is defined only for isolated singularities. At isolated singularities, we can define the residue. So basically, poles are also isolated singularities. Hence, we can calculate the residue of an analytic function at its poles also. And using the formula, these two. So this is one formula and this is one formula. So first formula is true for pole of order 1 and the second formula is true for pole of higher order. Right? Now, I'll come to the problem. So given f of z is this one. So now we shall solve the problem. So given the function is e to the power iz divided by z square plus a square. Note that f of z is the quotient of two functions. Quotient of two functions. So if no, and we also observe that the numerator function. So numerator function is well defined everywhere. It has no poles, right? Numerator function has no poles because for any point, for any finite complex number z, e to the power iz is never infinite. It is finite. Now this quotient, so this quotient will be infinite whenever the denominator becomes 0. So note that as f of z is given to be quotient of two functions. So the only case where f of z could be infinite, that is we are searching for its poles. So poles are points at which f of z tends to infinity, right? So the only case where the function f of z can tend to infinity is the denominator is 0. Whenever the denominator is 0, so the function f of z tends to infinity. So now we shall see when the function denominator function is 0. It could be 0, right? Okay. Now consider the denominator function and when it will be equal to 0, we shall check. So z square plus a square will be equal to 0 implies z square is equal to minus a square. So z square is minus a square means z will be plus or minus square root of minus a square, or it is plus or minus square root of minus 1 into square root of a square. So it is I into a. So z is equal to plus or minus ia. If I put z is equal to plus ia or z is equal to minus ia, z square plus a square becomes 0. And whenever the denominator function z square plus a square becomes 0, f of z becomes infinite. So these are the points at which f tends to infinite or f tends to infinity. So these are called poles. So note that z is equal to I into a and z is equal to minus I into a are the poles of f of z. Are the poles of f of z. These are the only poles of f of z. Now we shall calculate residue at these poles. So also you can note here, so these are simple poles of f of z as they are simple zeros of the denominator function. So denominator function is actually a polynomial of degree 2, z square plus a square. So it should have two zeros. So one is plus ia and the other is minus ia. So plus ia is a 0 of order 1, minus ia is a 0 of order 1, right? So hence it follows that plus ia will be a pole of order 1, minus ia will be a pole of order 1. Further z is equal to plus ia and z is equal to minus ia are simple poles of f of z. So now we shall calculate residue of f of z at its poles. So first I'll choose z is equal to ia, right? So as z is equal to ia is a simple pole, so what is the formula to calculate residue of f of z at z is equal to ia? It is z minus ia into f of z at z is equal to ia. So just recall the formula. Residue of analytic function at a pole a, at a simple pole a, is z minus a into f of z at z is equal to a. So using this formula, in place of a I have I into a. Now we shall simplify this. So z minus ia into what is f of z? It is e to the power iz divided by z square plus a square, right? At z is equal to I into a. Next, z minus ia into e to the power iz divided by, so we have solved the quadratic equation z square plus a square, and we have got roots to be z is equal to plus ia and z is equal to minus ia. So as these are the roots, the factors of this polynomial will be z minus ia into z plus ia, right? So whenever a quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c, so this quadratic equation will have two roots. So say they are alpha beta, then its factors are x minus alpha into x minus beta into some constant alpha naught if necessary. So now here z square plus a square is a polynomial and its roots are plus ia and minus ia. So the factors of this polynomial are z minus ia and z plus ia, right? So if you multiply these two factors, you will get back to the polynomial. So I can factorize this polynomial using its zeros, right? Okay. Now this is, we have to calculate at z is equal to ia. So z minus ia gets cancelled. So we remain with e to the power iz divided by z plus ia at z is equal to ia. So put z is equal to ia, e to the power I into ia divided by z in place of z, ia plus ia. So e to the power I into I square minus 1. So e to the power minus a divided by 2ia. So this is the residue of f of z at the simple pole I into a, e to the power minus a divided by 2ia. Similarly, we shall calculate the residue at another pole, which is z is equal to minus ia. So now to compute or to calculate residue of the function f of z at the simple pole minus ia. So what it is, according to the formula, residue of f of z at z is equal to minus ia is z minus of minus ia into f of z at z is equal to minus ia. So just in place of a, we have minus ia. So just refer the formula. So formula is this one. So in place of a, we have minus ia. So it will be z minus of minus ia. It is z plus ia into f of z is e to the power iz divided by z minus ia into z plus ia at z is equal to minus ia. So z plus ia gets cancelled. So e to the power iz divided by z minus ia remains, and which has to be calculated at z is equal to minus ia. Put z is equal to minus ia. So I into minus ia divided by z is minus ia as it is. So I into I square minus 1 into minus. So e to the power a divided by minus 2ia. So we got the residue to be e to the power a divided by minus 2ia. So that is residue of f of z at the pole minus ia is e to the power a divided by minus 2ia. So even you can rationalize it. So 1 by I is there. So 1 by I, if it goes to the numerator, it will be minus I. So 1 by I is there. So you can rationalize it as by multiplying its conjugate. So I into minus I is minus 1. So into minus, so plus 1. So it will be minus I by 1. So you can rationalize it like that. So if I goes to the numerator, it will be minus I e to the power a divided by minus 2a. So minus minus gets cancelled. So it is I into e to the power a by 2a. So you can keep it as it is, or you can rationalize it to bring the I terms to the numerator. So this completes the problem. So in the given function, for the given function, e to the power iz by z square plus a square, z is equal to plus ia and z is equal to minus ia were the poles, and at those poles we calculated the residue. So this completes the problem. The second problem. So here given f of z to be equal to e to the power z by z minus a into z minus b. Right? Once again, you can observe f of z is quotient of two functions where numerator is never infinite. For any finite complex number z, e to the power z never tends to infinity. So the only case where f of z can tend to infinity is whenever the denominator function tends to 0. So whenever the denominator function becomes 0, at all those points, f of z becomes infinite. So now we shall find the zeros of the denominator function. So which will be nothing but the poles of f of z. So we have the denominator function z minus a into z minus b will be 0, implies, so we have product of two terms, two factors equal to 0. So product will be 0 if any one is 0. Either z minus a is equal to 0 or z minus b is equal to 0. So which implies z is equal to a or z is equal to b. So that means if z is equal to a or z is equal to b, the denominator function becomes 0 and hence f of z becomes indefinite. So that means at these points f of z tends to infinity. Hence these will be the poles of f of z and both are simple poles. So to check the order of the pole, so just check the factor with respect to that pole. So here a is a pole and with respect to that there is one and only one factor z minus a. So its order will be 1. Here b is a pole and the factor of b is z minus b. So which is only one factor, that is power of that factor is 1. So the order will also be 1. So order of that 0 is nothing but the number of factors with respect to that pole. So that is nothing but the order. So note that z is equal to a and z is equal to b are the simple poles of f of z. So we got the poles of f of z. Now just it remains to calculate the residue at those poles. Now first we shall compute residue of f of z at the simple pole a. So first of all, by the formula, residue of f of z at z is equal to a is z minus a into f of z at z is equal to a, right? So it is equal to z minus a into f of z is e to the power z by z minus a into z minus b at z is equal to a. So factor z minus a gets cancelled. So we are remain with e to the power z divided by z minus b at z is equal to a. So put z is equal to a. So e to the power a divided by a minus b. So this is nothing but the residue of f of z at z is equal to a, which is equal to e to the power a divided by a minus b. So similarly, we can compute residue of f of z at the pole B. So once again the same thing. So just in place of A we have B. So we have residue of f of z at z is equal to B is equal to, so z minus B into f of z at z is equal to B. So just use the formula, right? So as z is equal to B is a simple pole, so this is the formula to calculate the residue. So now this is equal to z minus b into f of z is there. So what is f of z? E to the power z divided by z minus a into z minus b at z is equal to b. So z minus b gets cancelled. So e to the power z divided by z minus a at z is equal to b. So that is put z is equal to b, e to the power b divided by b minus a. So that is residue of f of z at z is equal to b is e to the power b divided by b minus a, which completes the second problem. Next problem. So given f of z is equal to 1 divided by z square plus 5z plus 6. Right? So once again, the same thing. So f of z can tend to infinity only if when the denominator becomes 0. So when the denominator functions become 0, the function tends to infinity, because we know that 1 by 0 is nothing but infinite, right? So we shall find the zeros of the denominator function. So we have z square plus 5z plus 6 equal to 0 implies. So it is a polynomial. Moreover, it is a quadratic equation. So to solve this, we can use the trick here. So to solve this quadratic equation, we need factors whose product is 6, sum is 5. So the factors are 2 and 3. So z square plus 2z plus 3z plus 6 equal to 0. So 5z can be split into 2z plus 3z. So now take z common in the first two terms. So it will be z plus 2 plus 3 common in the next two terms. Once again z plus 2. So now z plus 2 is common. So z remains in the first term, 3 remains in the second. Now z plus 2 into z plus 3 is equal to 0 means any one has to be 0. So this implies z plus 2 has to be 0 or z plus 3 has to be equal to 0. So what it implies, z is equal to minus 2 or z is equal to minus 3. So z is equal to minus 2 and z is equal to minus 3 are the zeros of the denominator function, and which are simple zeros in fact, because z square plus 5z plus 6 is a quadratic equation which has two zeros, and the two zeros are minus 2 and minus 3. So minus 2 has to be a 0 of order 1, minus 3 has to be a 0 of order 1. So minus 2 and minus 3 will be poles of f of z of order 1. So note that z is equal to minus 2 and z is equal to minus 3 are the simple poles of f of z. So we shall calculate or compute the residue of f of z at each of these poles. So first we shall choose minus 2. So now we shall apply the formula. So we have residue of f of z at z is equal to minus 2 is defined to be z minus of minus 2 into f of z at z is equal to minus 2. So this is the formula. Right. Now this is equal to z plus 2 into f of z is what? It is 1 divided by z square plus 5z plus 6 at z is equal to minus 2. So z plus 2 into 1 divided by, now z square plus 5z plus 6 can be factorized as z plus 2 into z plus 3 at z is equal to minus 2. So z plus 2 gets cancelled. So we are remained with 1 by z plus 3 at z is equal to minus 2. Put z is equal to minus 2. So 1 divided by minus 2 plus 3. So it is 1. So 1 is the residue of the function f of z at the isolated singularity minus 2. So that is residue of f of z at the simple pole minus 2 is 1. So similarly, shall compute the residue at the other pole. Residue of f of z at the pole minus 3. We have residue of f of z at z is equal to 3 is z minus of minus 3 into f of z at z is equal to minus 3. Right? So it is minus of minus plus. So z plus 3 into 1 divided by f of z is z square plus 5z plus 6 at z is equal to minus 3. So z plus 3 into, so z square plus 5z plus 6 can be factorized as z plus 2 into z plus 3 at z is equal to minus 3. So z plus 3 factor gets cancelled. So we are remained with 1 by z plus 2 at z is equal to minus 3. So just put z is equal to minus 3. So you will get the residue to be minus 1. So that is residue of the function f of z at z is equal to minus 3 is minus 1, which completes the third problem. Recording. So next problem. So given f of z is 1 plus e to the power z divided by z cos z plus sin z. So once again, f of z is given to be a quadratic, sorry, it is a quotient of two functions where the numerator function is never infinite. So just we are checking for which points f of z is infinite. So as the numerator function becomes infinite, f of z will also obviously become infinite. But f1 plus e to the power z, it never becomes infinite for any finite complex number z. So the only possibility is whenever the denominator function z cos z plus sin z becomes 0, the function f of z becomes indefinite. Right? Now the question is when this function will be equal to 0. So one possibility is you can directly observe here if I put z is equal to 0. So 0 into cos 0 plus sin 0. So anyhow this is 0, sin 0 is also 0, we get 0. And we can also observe that there are no other points at which the denominator function is 0. We can justify that like this also. So z cos z plus sin z is equal to 0, or it is z is equal to or minus z is equal to sin z by cos z, or it is tan z. That means we need a z such that tan z is equal to minus z, and it is if and only if z is equal to 0, and there are no other possibilities. So z is equal to 0 is the only 0 of the denominator function, hence it will be the only pole of f of z. And also observe that it is a simple pole because its factor is linear, that is the factor of that 0 is having power 1, so it is a linear factor, so hence the pole will have the order 1, right? So first we shall note that when the denominator function is 0, right? So we note that we note that the denominator function z into cos z plus sin z is 0 if and only if z is equal to 0. So therefore z is equal to 0 is the simple pole of f of z. As it is the only 0 of the denominator function, it will be the only pole of f of z. Now we shall calculate residue at that 0. So now to compute residue of the function f of z at the pole z is equal to 0. So formula gives us residue of f of z at z is equal to 0 is z minus 0 into f of z at z is equal to 0, right? So z into f of z. So what is f of z? So f of z is 1 plus e to the power z divided by z into cos z plus sin z. Now we can't directly put z is equal to 0 here. If we put z is equal to 0, then it takes the indefinite form or undetermined form. So first we shall cancel the z. So for that, so take z common in the denominator. So cos z plus sin z by z at z is equal to 0. So z gets cancelled. So we are remained with 1 plus e to the power z divided by cos z plus sin z by z at z is equal to 0, which is also equal to limit 1 plus e to the power z divided by cos z plus sin z by z as z approaches 0, as the function is continuous. So as this function is continuous, that function at z is equal to 0 is nothing but limit of that function as z approaches 0. So it is simply, so if f is continuous at k, so limit f of z as z approaches a is what? It is f at a. So just I am using this formula. So now the function, so this function is continuous. So its value at z is equal to 0 is nothing but limit of that function z approaches 0. So limit of the quotient is quotient of the limits. So limit e to the 1 plus e to the power z as z approaches 0 divided by limit of the denominator. So limit cos z as z approaches 0 plus limit sin z by z as z approaches 0. So as z approaches 0, 1 plus e to the power z approaches 2. So just it is 1 plus e to the power z at 0. So it will be 1 divided by, so limit cos z as z approaches 0 is 1. So sorry, the numerator is 1 plus e to the power 0, right? E to the power 0. So limit sin z by z as z approaches 0 is 1. So what we got, it is equal to 2, right? So therefore, residue of f of z at the pole z is equal to 0 is 2. Sorry, numerator is also 2, denominator is also 2. So the residue will be 1. Residue will be 1. So this completes the problem 4. Next problem. So given f of z is z plus 1 divided by z square minus 2z. So once again we can observe that So whenever the denominator function is 0, the function f of z becomes indefinite. Now we shall check what are the zeros of the denominator function. So denominator function is z square minus 2z, which will be equal to 0 implies. So take z common, it will be z into z minus 2 equals 0. So z into z minus 2 equal to 0 means either z has to be equal to 0 or z minus 2 has to be equal to 0. So which means z is equal to 0 or z is equal to minus 2. So 0 and minus 2 are the zeros of the denominator function, hence they will be poles of f of z. And these two zeros have the linear factor, hence they will be simple poles of f of z. So note that z is equal to 0 and z is equal to minus 2 are the simple poles. So z is equal to plus 2, right? Z is equal to 0 and z is equal to 2 are the simple poles of f of z. So first we shall compute the residue of f of z at z is equal to 0. So what we have, residue of f of z at z is equal to 0 is z minus 0 into f of z at z is equal to 0. So it is z into, what is f of z? It is z plus 1 divided by z square minus 2z at z is equal to 0. So which is equal to z into z plus 1 divided by, the denominator can be factorized into z minus 2, so that z can cancel. So we are remained with z plus 1 by z minus 2 at z is equal to 0. So put z is equal to 0. So 0 plus 1 divided by 0 minus 2, or it is simply minus 1 by 2. So that is, we got the residue of f of z at z is equal to 0 is minus 1 by 2. So similarly, we can calculate the residue of the function at the other pole. So now to compute residue of f of z at the pole z is equal to 2. So we have residue of f of z at z is equal to 2 is formula z minus 2 into f of z at z is equal to 2. So it is z minus 2 into f of z is z plus 1 divided by z square minus 2z. So which can be factorized as z into z minus 2 at z is equal to 2. So we are remained with z plus 1 by z at z is equal to 2. So it is 2 plus 1 by 2, or it is 3 by 2. That is, we got residue of f of z at z is equal to 2 is 3 by 2. So which completes the fifth problem. In this video, we solved some of the problems of calculating residue of an analytic function at simple poles. So all the problems which we solved were including simple poles, that is poles of order 1. So in the next video, we shall solve the same kind of problems which are having multiple poles, that is having poles of order greater than 1.